Austria have qualified for the last 16 of Euro 2024 as Group D winners after beating Netherlands 3-2 in a thriller at the Olympiastadion in Berlin on Tuesday evening. Ralf Rangnick's side were handed a tricky draw alongside the Irania and France, but they have impressed many at this summer's tournament and have accumulated 6 points from a possible 9 to upset the apple cart and finish top of the pile. Austria have finished 1 point ahead of runners-up France, who were surprisingly held to a 1-1 draw with already eliminated Poland, while the Netherlands, who were sitting at the summit heading into match day 3, were already guaranteed a place in the last 16, but they must now settle for one of the best third-placed spots. DA's team were deserved winners against the Dutch courtesy of a hugely impressive all-round performance, and they entered half-time ahead thanks to an early own goal from Donyell Malen. The Netherlands responded just 71 seconds after the breakthrough Cody Gakpo, but Austria weathered an early second-half storm from the Irania and regained the lead through Romano Schmid's powerful header. Memphis Depay thought that he had rescued a point for Coman's side with a superb volley, but Marcel Sabitzer had the last laugh for Austria, firing into the roof of the net from a tight angle 10 minutes from time to seal a memorable win, their first over the Dutch since May 1990. Coman was hoping that Malen, in particular, would make an impact at the right end of the pitch, but the Borussia Dortmund man was instead the unfortunate one to divert the ball into his own net in the 6th minute. Netherlands struggled to get going in the early exchanges and were carved wide open down the left flank, where Austria's Alexander Prass had plenty of joy throughout the contest. Prass was in acres of space when he curled a dangerous slow delivery into the penalty box. Malen tracked back well to meet the cross, but he could only inadvertently slide the ball past a hapless Bart Verbruggen into his own net, the Irania's first ever own goal conceded at the European Championship. Austria continued to pose a threat in the final third, while the Netherlands surprisingly looked lethargic and disjointed, and Coman had seen enough 10 minutes before the break, replacing a furious Veerman with Simons. Coman's halftime team talk certainly did the trick, as the Netherlands restored parity just 71 seconds after the interval, with substitute Simons feeding Gakpo down the left before the Liverpool forward cut inside and whipped a superb right-footed finish beyond Patrick Vents. Just as the Dutch looked to have taken control of proceedings, Austria regained the lead just before the hour mark courtesy of a thumping header from Schmidt, after Florian Grillitsch did brilliantly to retain possession on the left before curling a delightful cross into the danger zone. Irania barely threatened after Austria put themselves back in front and found it difficult to make inroads in the final third, but up stepped Depay in the 75th minute to direct a brilliant aerial volley into the far corner, with his strike surviving a check for handball by VAR. As the enthralling contest continued to ebb and flow, it was Austria who ultimately possessed the cutting edge in the final third and snatched all 3 points just 5 minutes later. Sabitzer broke down the left channel inside the penalty box before poking a smart finish into the roof of the net to send the Austrian supporters wild behind the goal. Austria's reward for topping Group D is a last 16 tie on July 1 against the runners-up of Group E, which as things stand will be one of 4 teams, as Belgium, Ukraine, Romania and Slovakia are all locked on 3 points heading into match day 3 on Wednesday. As for Netherlands, they could face a challenging last 16 clash against England if the Three Lions top Group C with a win over Slovenia later this evening.